am a huge fan of really unique travel stays, and the Pongola Express in Mpumalanga, South Africa is definitely a unique stay. The Pongola Express consists of some converted train carriages. One is a sleeper compartment and the other one is a dining compartment. They are actual real railway carriages from 1911. It's got a really nostalgic sort of vintage atmosphere, which I absolutely love. The Pongola Express is in Mpumalanga near the High Five hiking trail. It's actually one of the camps along the High Five hiking trail. It's about 2.5 hours from Pretoria or Johannesburg in Gauteng. I've actually made a video previously about the Pongola Express on my YouTube channel, but I love it so much that when we decided to go and stay there again in order to run the Num Num Trail Challenge, more about that later in the video, I thought it was high time that I gave them another bit of exposure with another video. It's such an amazing way to experience railway life without actually having to take a train trip anywhere. The railways in South Africa are unfortunately not doing all that well, and a lot of the luxury train trips that you can take are prohibitively expensive. The Pongola Express, on the other hand, is set up more like a backpacking dormitory style accommodation, so it is a lot more inexpensive. It is self-catering, and you will need to bring along your own food, your own beverages, as well as your own bedding for the bunk beds. Let's talk quickly about what the layout is in the sleeping carriage. There are 2-bed and 4-bed compartments, and you can book whichever one you prefer. Just keep in mind that in the 4-bed compartments, there are essentially 2 bunk beds, and in the 2-bed compartments, there's 1 bunk bed. There will always be some beds that will require you to be nimble enough to climb up to them. So if you're staying with some kids, for example, they might really enjoy that. But I do have to say that we did have 4 adults in the 4-bed compartment last year, and it was a little bit cramped. It's a fun experience for a shorter trip. So if you do want to save a bit of money and you don't really mind being in close proximity to your friends or family, then go ahead and book 4 people in a 4-sleeper compartment. What my husband and I decided to do this year, we were both a bit concerned that our legs might not be feeling up to the climb onto the top bunk bed after the Num Num Trail Challenge. So my husband and I decided to book the 4-sleeper compartment just for the 2 of us. It did allow both of us to have a bottom bunk, and we could then use the top bunks as very massive storage areas for all of our bags. What is quite nice with the Pongola Express is that they have added some extra features so that you are not just crammed into your train compartment all the time. The 2 trains are linked together, the sleeping compartment and the dining compartment. And the dining compartment is a lot more spacious because it just has tables and chairs inside of it. But there's also an additional deck area where you can sit on some wooden benches and tables. There's some outdoor braai areas. And there's also a communal kitchen, which has a sink, a fridge, a freezer, a kettle, a gas stove, and a microwave. The sleeping train carriage has a toilet at either end, and then right at the end of the train carriage, they have also built some outdoor shower areas that are a little bit larger, so you have some more space to move around. Next to the communal kitchen, there are also 2 more bathrooms. So even if there are quite a few people staying at Pongola Express, you shouldn't have to worry about finding a toilet. You can stay at the Pongola Express as a stop along the High Five hiking route, which can either be a 2-day, 3-day, or 4-day hiking route. The train carriages themselves are definitely not wheelchair friendly, as the corridors are very narrow in order to walk to the compartments. Around 20 people can stay at Pongola Express at a time, and that is if all of the bunks are occupied, including the top bunks. If you do go and stay at Pongola Express, I really encourage you to spend a bit of time just looking around inside of the carriages, touching all the old furnishings, and looking at the old railway stamps that you can find on many of the metal fixtures. There's something so special about being able to exist in this older space, in this train carriage that used to actually run along a track way back in 1911. The reason why I keep going back and staying at Pongola Express is because it also happens to be the start and finish line for the Num Num Trail Challenge. The Num Num Trail Challenge is a 36-kilometer trail run, although there are some shorter distances as well. There's a 21-kilometer, a 15-kilometer, and a 7-kilometer run. And it is by far one of the toughest trail runs in the whole of South Africa. If you're into trail running and if you're looking for a real challenge, then don't sleep on the Num Num Trail Challenge. It is a whole different kettle of fish. The trails are incredibly beautiful, but also incredibly tough. You're going to be hard pressed to know whether to look at the view or study your feet so that you don't fall. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.